Hi, my name is Joe and welcome back to Effect TV. Today we'll be talking about how organizations in financial services can combat climate change. Financial institution is a company engaged in business of dealing with transaction that involves loan, investments, and currency exchange. And financial institutions can include commercial banks, investment banks, insurance firms, and brokerage firms. Many people depend on financial institutions for transaction and investing. Now, you may be wondering how financial institutions can combat for climate change. Before we dive into the issue, let's go over some statistics. Insurance Information Institute states that overall losses from natural disasters in 2019 totaled $150 billion. Leaders and analysts within the financial services started to realize that climate change does impact their portfolio and interest in their financial products. Since then, they have been working on this issue to figure out how to integrate new strategies into the investment planning to mitigate climate risk. Right now, there are many terms that describes this new strategy that these organizations are pursuing. These names include ethical investing, responsible investing, socially responsible investing, and sustainable investing. And a lot of these terms basically narrow down to one definition, which means an investment strategy which seeks to consider both financial and social good to bring positive social changes. Let's dive into the main point of this video. How do these organizations combat climate change? I have narrowed down to 3 points, which includes financial product, creating standards, and sponsoring communities. There are a lot of financial products that actually supports the environment, which are the green bonds, fixed income, ESG products, cash and equities, real estate, alternative investments, loans. There are also direct equity. In terms of creating standard, ESG or environmental social governance related financial products, they do not have a unified standard yet. However, individual companies' sustainable financing framework, missions, public statements, and CDP disclosure create standards within the financial market that these big organizations such as BMO, or it could be JP Morgan, it could be Morgan Stanley, announcing this type of news does create this new trend and new methods that the followers and the smaller companies tend to follow. CDP disclosure has been around for a while, and CDP stands for Carbon Disclosure Projects, and this applies for all the industries in many different organizations. And Carbon Disclosure Projects started off to promote transparency within business practices. And the project has took off that they started to implement new type of measures such as water security report, climate change report, cities, forest, state and regions, and supply chain. So there are numerous reports, and each of these reports have its own grading system within CDP. So this creates a platform where you can compare yourself to its peers. And the third point is on creating communities. These financial organizations can sponsor organizations and groups such as Responsible Investment Association, Climate Bond Initiative, and create subsidiary nonprofit organizations so that their interests do not collide with each other. It is a surprise. When you think of a financial institution, you usually think of the old and traditional and conventional organizations. However, within the industry, there are a lot of things that are changing, and that includes responsible investment. Thank you for watching my video today, and I will come back with more informative videos in the future.